finally time to finish Fontaine. Get it over with. Just happy it's over. It really has been a whole arc of suffering, hasn't it? I only hope and pray to Miku there's no annoying prison sequence in either the rest of Natlan or Shesnaya. Thankfully, since the 5.1 release trailer doesn't look like it's still gonna happen.
Now for a little rest after breakfast. Wait a sec. Oh, today's our...
We're going to unjail ourselves now. Wait, hold on. Nothing. Talk to receptionist. Finally get out of this hellhole. Okay, I guess that happened. Mongolin.
Please, sign here. This doc...
It's been so long since we've been to the surface.
What's happening? I'm fine.
Let's go ask the Duke.
We're shaking again. Could have sworn there was another stealth sequence spotlights at some point, but like, or is that is that solely an unfinished comedy?
Ah, good to see you two.
Yeah, what was with that earthquake just...
Ah, that. Over the years of serving as the warden here, I've developed a sense for distinguishing between what occurs on the surface and what...
So the fortress...
If you recall our last incident, if...
Huh, you've got, Wait, seriously?
Ah, yes.
Yep. It's you two. That's right. Today is our last day in prison. But, oh yeah, then be sure...
If you've signed the release papers, then you're free to go.
You're not going to see it?
I knew you'd ask.
Well, you actually agreed.
Ah, so...
We're finally out of the
So
prison.
long, I imagine you must feel like you're lacking companionship. Shall I come along too? Yeah, don't worry. We'll come back to see you.
I hope you won't be here as convicts the next time I see you.
We'll do our best to stay...
People are making maternity leave jokes about Risley. Risley's still on maternity leave, I see.
Well, it seems our work in the fortress... We should...
The Melusine won't perfect self. Siege Weenie Ben was about 37 weeks after Risley's release. Be sanctified, let the mighty be humbled. This is so stupid. Honestly, depending on how long it's gonna take for me to get AR-58, I am half tempted to just continue saving after 5.1. Because, I mean, I don't need Nahida or Hutao.
Listen, as long as you stick to your own path, it doesn't matter.
And it's been 2 days since I've officially been playing Genshin Impact for 3 months. 3 months, I tell you. Oh.
It sure is buzzing with activity today.
Halt! Huh? Oh, it's... Excuse me. Would you...
I'll be right there. Sorry, I've got... Everyone's so busy.
It's the narwhal. The narwhal is coming.
Hello.
Nerville!
In the meantime, please have a seat.
That's alright.
Very well.
Let's take a break over there while we wait for him to...
Why is that clock so low res?
All right. That should.
Are you done with your work?
Yes, sorry to keep you waiting. Today should be the day you were released from the fort.
That's right. And we...
Yep.
Do you have any idea what that might be?
Judging from your description, a whale of that size and shape cannot usually.
Immersed in primordial sea water.
He's being pickled.
Wouldn't be capable of entering in the first. Yes. What is it?
Oh, right. We asked the Duke and he's...
It turns out that I have just received a report. The source of the tremor was here on the surface near Poisson.
The water levels...
Fortunately, the water levels only rose for a short. If the change in water levels is connected,
Navia should be in Poisson.
I would also like
shit.
to go there as soon as possible, but I'm afraid I can't leave. I'll have to ask you two to go to Poisson.
There's no time to lose. Let's
Poisson.
go.
Please
Poisson.
be careful.
Poisson. 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 Let's trigger this quest so we can do it later. Uh, It's time to head to Poisson.
Oh no. What happened here?
Shit
There
happened.
should be around here.
Holy crap, everyone is dead.
We haven't seen a single soul all the way here.
What will I ever do now?
Look, there's someone...
Just stay put. We're coming up. Watch your balance.
Help.
Oh,
Damn.
pretty sad.
My leg. My leg. How could this have happened? It hurts.
Just hang in there. Help is on the way. You can hold my hand if it makes you feel better.
Damn, who died?
You're here.
We heard there was a situation in Poisson, so we came.
Yes. As you can...
Demoiselle! There was a wounded resident next to a building southeast of here. We've already transported him to safety.
He's wounded?
They dying.
So,
He jumped down then. Find the leader of Squad 1 and...
understood.
All right. I'm sorry. Where were we?
The situation.
Right. Allow me to a little earlier, we suddenly heard a lap. The rushing water seemed everyone on the street who happened to be close to the water, those who realized what was happening. The Spina di Rosula initiated rescue operations as quickly as possible, but there have been... The water that flooded the area contained primordial seawater. No one knows if this could happen again.
How awful.
It was quite frightening indeed. I only wish that everything that just happened...
Is there any way we can help, Navia?
Thank you for being so willing to help in a moment of crisis like this. You don't know how much...
Don't say that, Navia. That's what friends are for.
Demoiselle! We've got a situation here.
Sorry. I need to go for now.
And off she goes.
Okay. The wounded are being tended to, and we finished... Of course, we should, Traveler. Paimon.
Huh? Right now?
Thank you.
Time to go to the cemetery. Cemetery. What do y'all think is the hardest Ascension domain? Drop your opinion in the comments below. Oh yes, speaking of, I forgot to say the line. Welcome to Genshin Impact No Wishing, the account where we cannot wish until the AR-58 Ascension domain is cleared. I have no clue how many episodes we're at.
Well, given the time of day and the whole situation in Poisson, Paimon doesn't think there'd be a ton of people here visiting graves.
Right. That's...
Navia? Navia, what's wrong?
Sorry.
Family gets into a car crash for some reason. White people.
Malus and Silver.
They're dead. Damn.
Huh? What happened to them?
Everyone agreed on the rescue. They were helping, and I've known them for... I could at least hold a funeral for my father, and I know where he rests. But as for Malus and Silver...
Damn, they're very
Everything
dead.
looks so clean after it rains. Even the gravestones. I didn't expect that you'd enjoy a glass of red wine in front of Master Callus's grave.
I can understand.
See, it's not just...
Ah, how could Master ever be upset with you, Demoiselle?
Demoiselle.
The cemetery is the home of those who have passed, is it not?
Exiles.
Everyone ends up here sooner or later, no matter who you are.
Total myopia.
Buying yourself a plot in advance, are you?
No need yet. But when I do, I hope you'll let me be buried beside Master Callus, demoiselle.
Hey, stop joking around.
I'm quite serious.
That makes sense. In that case, could I be buried on his other side?
After all, besides you, demoiselle, the two of us could certainly be considered Master's closest.
Personally, I believe we fill those shoes too.
Why are you bringing this up all of a sudden? Seriously. But I'd really prefer not to talk about this stuff. And what do you mean by saving me a trip? I'd make the journey even if I had to visit you two somewhere else. I promise to let
This
you
is
know
so
something.
sad.
But
Alexa,
here
play
I am
Despacito.
breaking that promise. I'm sorry for letting you see me in a mess like this. I don't usually cry, really.
Paimon doesn't know how to help you feel better. But, well,
Kill yourself,
she
Paimon.
understands how you feel.
I'd always thought I could make my wishes come true. But now that I think about it, that never solely relied on me. Many things can only be accomplished with someone else's help. Malus and Silver have helped me so much. But by contrast, I could do nothing for them. I'm so sorry.
You can spend as much time as you need here, Navia. We'll stay with you.
Yep, we're here for you.
Thank you. Right now, you don't know how much that means. By the way, you can have a look at this. It's a list of victims from the incident that took place here.
God, Razor.
Obana,
Shut up.
Khan, Burnett. So, everyone else is safe.
But at what cost?
It's okay. I know what you're thinking. And the overall outcome indicates that the cost was worth it.
Right.
You know, and sacrifice is truly necessary.
One person might be saved at the expense of another, sure, but that isn't something we should ever consider a trade. Malus and Silver were not the price for saving anyone. They're heroes.
You're
Not
right.
a price.
Thank you,
Exactly, gang.
What you said just now was pretty amazing, actually.
Oh,
Seems you've become more eloquent in the time since
Arlecchino.
the knave? What are you doing here?
Is everything going well on your side?
Yes, my people are carrying out the mission according to your request. All the residents
We're off,
have been
Arlecchino.
evacuated, and we're preparing to relocate them to higher ground. As for these supplies, we have everything taken care of. There is no need to worry.
Thank you very much.
Wait, do you two know each other?
We
Maybe.
just met recently. Right, Miss Navia?
Usually, I would call this a coincidental encounter, but that doesn't quite fit this time. Besides, it never even crossed my mind that a Fatui Harbinger would come looking for me. Thanks to the Knave, Spina di Rosula received generous support from the Fatui, which allowed us to complete the rescue and evacuation work so quickly.
Mutual aid is essential to fostering positive developments. We were already in the area, in any case, so it was nothing. That said, I must say that you're a lot sharper than you let on. I'm sure you understand what I mean.
I apologize for all the ways in which I tested you previously. We've
Sharper.
never worked with a Fatui before, and it's extremely important for us to know who we're working with. My subordinates have reported that Fatui soldiers have been observing water levels and taking head counts in various locations. I hear that they've also prepared a large amount of emergency supplies. I'm quite surprised.
This is nothing to brag about, nor do I intend to. It is simply the way of powerful organizations to act forcefully, whether they are doing good or ill. You've witnessed that firsthand, in any case. As I've told this traveler before, I know of the prophecy, and I intend to prevent the
prophecy
disaster.
is
Lending
true.
your organization a hand was a natural first step in accomplishing that. As such, do not be troubled by this token of our sincerity. Perhaps one day, you'll also be able to help me in the same way.
Without your help, there would have been many more casualties. I won't forget your kindness.
Furthermore, I sincerely regret what happened to Malus and Silver. I only wish that my people could have arrived a little earlier to prevent this from happening.
Don't say that. As Paimon said, Malus and Silver didn't choose to sacrifice themselves for any specific person. And they weren't the price paid for other salvation. They chose to become heroes themselves. I've never liked
willingly
hearing people
chose
put
to
it that
die.
way. It's like trying to relieve pain by saying some noble-sounding words. But right now, there's nothing more suitable.
You're right. Water is
So, you're one who will try to change fate then?
Of course. That
Her
is why
fate.
I'm going to Hotel Bouffe de Thé. I still have some things to take care of, and the children need my attention. By the way, traveler, Paimon, one more thing.
Alright, then we'll just... Huh? This isn't right. Paimon thought you would ask us to walk with you for a moment so you could tell us something in private.
That is a clever and useful conversation technique, which I do like to use when necessary. But there's no need today. It would not hurt to have Miss Navia listening in. Traveler, I'm sure you remember that I said we could work together when we had the chance. You and I both know that there may be issues with the primordial sea. Previously,
Primordial
it was the
sea
fortress's
machine broke.
barricade sluice gate, and this time it was the water levels in Poisson. These are both signals.
Yep.
Indeed. Allow me to share the latest intel I've received from the House of the Hearth's intelligence network with you. During some recent investigations, a child claimed to have discovered some ruins near Poisson. The ruins date back to
Poisson.
ancient times and seem to be worth investigating in many ways. Judging by the dating of the ruins, they may be related to the prophecy and the coming crisis.
Prophecy.
The situation is becoming more urgent, so any pertinent information will... My people initially came to prepare for ruin exploration. Unexpectedly, this disaster struck, and at present, we're all busy prioritizing the rescue effort.
So, that's why the Fatui were already in Poisson.
I wanted to take the children along, but unfortunately, Linny, Lynette, and Fremine have all been dispatched to higher ground to assist affected residents. Linny told me that outside of
This
the
sucks.
house, the person they trust most is you. Which is why I want to give you this task. The House of the Hearth's members see each other as family, but Linny, Lynette, and Fremine said that they also see you as such, even though you are not from the house. I'm sure you already understand how earnest they consider their friendship with you to be.
Oh, that somehow makes Paimon feel kinda happy.
The intel I just
For
shared
real.
about the ruins could fetch a high price. But since the children consider you family, it's only natural that I freely shared with you.
Got it.
Just gotta hurry up.
But may I tag along?
You wish to join, Miss Nut?
But are you sure you're up to exploring some ruins? You need to rest.
Well, I'm sad, yes. But I can't just go back. There's no point in being depressed while we... Besides...
Since you put it that way, I have no objections. What do you say, traveler? All right, the ruin...
Okay, the three of us will handle...
Time to go to some ruins. Hard to believe my team hasn't changed once since I got Zhongling. Except for the time it did. Raiden. To the ruins.
So, are these the ruins the knave was?
They seem to.
Let's go in.
Just be careful.
Oop, dodged primordial, see?
Thunderclap!
Time for the only last actual combat section.
Take this!
Dada kundada.
Floor here isn't safe.
That reaction time.
This place has also been contaminated.
Yeah. And a lot of it, too. A Fontanian would most likely dissolve the
Right! You can't go down if there's primordial seawater. It's too dangerous and it won't be don't get by my wrong.
No, you're right.
There is a way forward.
Complicates things.
In that case,
The water level. I'll go together with you. Perhaps we'll find the exit.
all right. Oh no, it's a dead end. Let's try climbing over from the side.
Instant death. But it doesn't make sense, because, like, D-Luke isn't Fontanian. What do you mean? Like, what do you actually mean that isn't solid ground? You're just hopping around a ledge. How is that not solid? Hoyoverse, give me a free 10 pull for this. I can't take it anymore. Oh, Minior. It's the broken bridge, where we rudely get interrupted by the fake trial.
There's something wrong with this.
There's something wrong with this. Navia fucking dies.
Demoiselle, what are you doing here?
Maybe you should just.
Yes, it.
That's quite possible.
Oh. This is a.
Is something the matter, Tim?
Oh, no. I was just trying to.
Do you remember Mr.
We were headed.
Ah, right.
Oh, Miss Navia. Ah, Mr. Malus. And Mr. Silver, too. It's good to see all of you.
How have you been?
I've been great. They were knocking at my door.
Sometimes.
Oh, yes. Miss Navia, these are some flower seeds that I prepared. Please take them. I don't know what we would.
Ah, did you?
Why, we can have as many pots as you'd like, demoiselle.
Perfect. In that case, we'll swap out some of the decorative plants.
Very well.
Wait. Something seems to be off here. Excuse me, madam. If I'm not mistaken, your name is Burnett, correct?
That's right. Is something wrong?
No, it's nothing. This is... I've heard...
Yep.
Why are there so few people around here?
We must mind the time.
Huh? We do?
Well, now,
Miss Navia, here you are! My trial?
Yes, she's right, demoiselle. It's just about.
Oh?
Yeah, Navia is dead. She's trying to undead herself.
Look, it's Navi.
And her two attendants are with her. Goodness. Everyone's finally here.
It's green. We're in the green trial house.
There sure are a lot of people here to see the trial. And they all seem to be Karina, Desiree, Joyville, Jolien, Essen. And as for the judge... huh?
please sit in the defend.
All right. But...
Typically, it would.
Hey, what kind of place do they think this is?
Come on. Did they have...
enough with the whist...
My dear Miss Navia, as all
Joinville.
know, you, after you took over this, not only you, but your butler. Yes, correct. Absolutely. We are one big, therefore, this.
Huh? Everything...
Oh, well.
How... I know all these people. Why are they laughing?
I seem to remember.
Wait just a moment.
This ain't real.
Right.
Malou?
They remember.
What was that, Mr. Malus? Our conclusion is very clear and unanimous. Let the court judge her now. She's...
Stay here, Navia. You're one of us.
Demoiselle, don't admit guilt. This trial means to.
I wish to exercise my right to defend Our Lady. Miss,
She was born of
Yes.
free and
her actions cannot. Please do not mistake.
Really? As an individual, you say? Don't forget, we are all Fontanians here. Even if Miss Navia only voluntarily rendered her assistance, that doesn't... Everything is measured here. Now, I speak for everyone. Our opinion is consistent. Navia should stay.
And you would call this justice? Have you forgotten
How
how
much-
much you all once wronged to become individuals?
The Oceanids are real.
If your justice is flawed, then.
As you said, we
Free the infinity.
have our own justice. Silver and that.
Demoiselle,
Silver... I remember now. Everything that seemed Karina, Desiree, Joyville, Jolien, Essen, and Mrs.
They're all
Burnett
dead.
And Mrs. Burnett, who we met earlier. Even Malus and Silver. I don't want to admit it, but they're all dead.
don't be afraid.
Absurd! Who are you to say that? Don't let them escape!
Mr. Malus and Mr. Silver, must you be so stubborn? How could the two of you possibly hope to stand against the collective? Do not resist. This judgment is fair and just. Navia belongs to... After all that happened, she should not be left alone in Poisson.
What are you saying?
Get
No
Oceanided.
excuses.
He says we're jealous. Jealous? How could she possibly be?
What's with
The
you?
hive mind of fish.
Jealous of her.
She belongs to us.
Miss...
Hey, I could fight 50 Oceanids.
Silence.
That's...
Get deloaded.
Monsieur Neuvillette.
Such commotion is prohibited in the court. The accusations you... The court will adjourn for the rest of the day.
Our thanks.
Please leave with me, Miss...
But...
Go on now, demoiselle. This is your only chance.
Malus.
My apologies. I couldn't resist making one little joke once I realized that.
Malus. Silver.
Quickly, you must.
Goodbye.
Farewell.
Goodbye. They're all fish. You're a fish.
No, wait! Just a second!
Navia?
She's not
You're
dead.
awake. Good.
The Hydro Man.
I must have been dreaming. Malus and Silver were still alive.
It looks like you're all.
Did all the sad feelings come?
The ruins you were exploring suffered a cave-in. You were just about to be I think I saw 2 Oceanids protecting you. It was only were it not for their intervention, I would not have been able to rescue you before your.
So it's like her
consciousness
life
dissipated.
just flashed before her
Did
eyes.
you say Oceanic?
Perhaps those.
I always told them.
Please come with.
To get the fish out of the water. Just hey, thanks.
Neverlet, are you okay?
Hmm? Oh, I am quite.
Why do you look so... Oh, Paimon knows.
I merely thought.
Huh?
Ah, Sijuin.
No way.
I see.
Oh, and the...
Thank you. I.
He's still... So, Neverlet.
Mhm.
This isn't go...
Yes, in fact. Amid my astonishment.
Yeah.
Anyways,
I'm sorry to have kept you all waiting like that.
finally,
I'm feeling much better now.
Navia is no longer dead. She will continue to be alive. Sorry, Oceanids. Caterpillar, what are you doing here?
Again.
I thought you
You
weren't supposed to be. You're supposed to be in the Fortress of
Yes, if you wouldn't
Narapede.
mind my company.
Oh, right. Another one joins the party. Let's get going then.
You're in for a little shock.
Dada kunda dada. Stairs speedrun.
Another unstable path. Watch your step.
It's all collapsing, oh god.
Watch out! There are rocks falling over here!
Get out. Stupid illy churls.
Come a little closer.
These Meta churls have no riz. And they ain't got no sauce. We still don't have max stamina. We're basically not even done with Fontaine yet. Okay, final room. Just have to kill the rune guard.
Come a little closer.
Verdict is.
My.
Oh god, she's almost dead.
Try not to.
Burn.
Come a little closer.
This literally cured my depression.
Take this.
below, you ain't got no sauce. You ain't got no balls. Here we are.
Looks like we've reached the end.
This is the place. There should not be any other hidden
The path sure had some twists and turns, but it turns out that this place isn't actually
Not that big, you say.
Stone slates. It seems like they were put here as an
Perhaps we should just leave them be for now.
There are 4 locations in total, but only 3 stone slates.
The surrounding wall.
There's something written below. Let Paimon see. Read.
It feels like someone left these slates and these
That would fit the circumstances dictated by the prophecy, yes. Indeed, the slate's content.
There's a person kneeling here. She seems so...
And is that Lady Farina in the 3rd image? Did the Hydro Archon fall into the water?
And is that a ring of people around her? Paimon doesn't quite get it. Are they all in the water?
The 4th image.
The people will all be dissolved into... More information should be hidden in these slates, but I fear I cannot easily uncover it. Most likely due to us missing the first...
Don't blame yourself, Monsieur Nervalette. Deciphering ancient stone slates isn't one of your duties.
Ooh, Paimon's getting a chill just looking at these slates. This says that it's the history of the future, right? That means the prophecy sure to come true.
I really hope it doesn't mean that.
Still...
That's right! If the images are in chronological order, shouldn't the 4th, the waters drowning Fontaine, come before the 3rd, where the Hydro Archon her...
And yet the order is reversed here.
If we go by time...
Egeria, then. I had never met her, but her appearance here does match the records. The previous Archon kneeling before the floating island in the skies, as if confessing a sin.
Did she herself commit that sin? And if not, why would she be in such a posture? Also, I'm still wondering why these ancient stone slates are here at all. Judging from their contents...
But who would...
It seems that any further clues will have to come from Farina.
In that case, there's
Yeah, we better get somewhere safe for now.
We've done this part. Let's get out of here.
Let's split up here.
You still have energy?
Just head...
I'll depart as well. Thanks for your hard work today. Traveler, I will go to... I'm sure that you're concerned about this matter as well. If you have time, drop by my office.
Are you really gonna talk?
She has long been...
Alright, we'll leave it...
I will be
finished the
careful
ruin.
considering my words tonight.
Traveler, Paimon, our safe house at the Fleuve Cendre is... Alright.
Welcome back.
Yay! And there's good food. Paimon's already starting to.
Oh, that voice.
Damn it, Mona.
Is that?
Huh?
Who cares? Why can't I click?
Mona?
Seriously, nobody just use it.
Still, we didn't expect to see.
Well, I have some business to attend to here, so I booked a hotel. Why did you think I was from Fontaine, though? Well, I used to have my own. There was nothing.
Don't
for
care,
it.
didn't ask.
It really is amazing at astrology, so.
It is.
Nope. Although it is used.
Wow! Imagine including a boast in your name. Wait, are you gonna have to put that into your genealogy as well?
I reckon so. In any case, I'd give my disciple a name like this as well, if I were to take one. Astromancer Barbeloth Trismegistus.
Don't care, didn't ask.
That's a long one.
My name means Mona the...
Thrice as great? That's so...
I know, right?
Talk about excessive.
Megistus is thus the calling card of our school, so to speak.
That sounds terrible! Ugh. But anyway, you're not Fontanian, are you, Mona? You're from...
Well, I was born...
Oh, that's a good thing that...
There's something ominous about it. Well, the water, I mean. That was the main reason, yes. Just a while back, the Steambird invited me to take part. The invitation.
Literally
sent
don't
right
care.
on.
What do you make of that prophecy?
What I can tell you is that I'm an astrologist, and that this prophecy concerns the. I'm afraid that this is not something that just anyone can do. But on the flip side, the prophecy is so huge and powerful.
A visionary?
Of course, the old hag could do it, and I bet there are others. All right.
Thanks, Mona. You're amazing.
Oh, well.
That's the greatest of astrologists for you. Of all the...
Indeed.
Oh, sorry.
Shut up!
I came to see what all the commotion was about. If there's anything you need, do not hesitate to inform.
Oh, whoops. Guess we were getting a little too carried away there. Well, I'll go tend to my own business now. If I receive any...
And there she goes, quick as rushing water. And here... If Paimon hadn't spoke... that's more like it. Good morning. To be honest, Paimon's still feeling kind of sleepy. But it's time to get up, traveler. We agreed to go see Neuvillette, so let's...
It's time to go find Venerville.
You're here!
Is something...
Monsieur Neuvillette and Lady Farina...
Like I said, I've already explained everything.
And yet the problem has... It is not my... Look at this.
Victims.
You mean...
We did not arrive in time to avert this. I will say this once more. Yesterday, I found 3 stone slates and some ink.
Seriously? You're questioning me like this is a court
Let's
case
make
now.
it a court
I
case.
don't know anything about that, but you found them in...
That's correct. Which is why I can...
The prophecy?
The second of these slates depicts the previous Hydro Archon.
I don't. I've never seen such slates.
I'll ask you again. Do you really have no information regarding the previous Archon? My decipher...
All gods don't have the same secrets, you know. She was herself and I'm me. I understand your concerns, but I'm sorry.
Forgive me for saying this now, lady. There are several indications that you have been investigating the prophecy on the sly. This is not strange in itself. You have never been as superficial as you have presented yourself to be. Nor are you.
Well, since you know about my secret, there's no point questioning or suspecting me. You're the Eudix. Just trust in me. That's all I have to say. We do not discuss this matter again. Oh, the opera's about to start.
Oh my god, Farina, you're being useless.
Did Farina not notice us standing by the door? I wonder what's up with her.
I assume you've been outside.
Oh!
She was in a great panic, though I cannot discern the reason. Still, I do not understand. Everyone in her inner circle has noted. We may have to create it.
Oh?
Normally, people will only reveal the truth.
But Farina's seen so many
We will need to consider this thoroughly. If at all possible, I would prefer to recuse myself. This may be cruel to her, but who will lend us their aid to do
Oh, we know who to call.
Well, that's everyone, huh? Speaking of which, it was
Poison.
smart of you to think of hiding here.
Poisson was just involved in a disaster, so it's presently devoid of people. That naturally makes it the best choice.
And here you are drinking tea like it's the most natural thing in the world.
Yep.
That's what family should
Most
do.
natural.
It's nice to enjoy tea here, you know? Care for a cup?
Lend me your ears, everyone. Or perhaps one of you might like to start us off. How about...
Me?
Then, how about you, good...
I fear that I will cause the mood on this boat to become as
Well then, I guess we're lucky we've got a local like me to organize things.
That was a little long-winded.
Florand.
You might be right. Anyway, to cut to the chase, as for what that is, well, let's start by saying that we'll be...
Oh?
Well, it's just an expression, really.
Huh?
Oh, come now. Your work doesn't involve much public speaking, right? This is a good...
I see.
He is glad that you can...
Time.
Do any of you have experience? Not that I recall.
Fremine and I once used a wooden stick in a basket to catch wild rabbits when we were young.
I'm afraid not. Though that was their name, they did not hunt today. Fontaine's monster population has already thinned great. A trap comprises of the following components. So, if we...
For me, I would prefer some... Our line of work requires a...
You used some of those techniques while moving the people of Poisson, didn't you?
Yes, and I even managed...
I'm afraid I can't claim that as my strong suit.
And I can be... With discretion,
I'd probably use some sort of I remember that you liked...
I did. And
what about you, Monsieur Neuvillette?
I fear...
He does not hunt.
You used, but I do have one.
He is the... He doesn't need anything. He just spins to win, obliterates every animal within a 50-mile radius.
Kind as if we wanted to kill the prey in one strike, we would need a powerful implement. However, that also goes...
Wait, what?
Only a hunter who's a true expert at subduing...
Huh. We hadn't...
If our means of capturing and dealing with our prey is to put them on... But we shall require much more courage than...
Oh.
Yeah, we're capturing Farina. Go to the Fluvescendre ferryman.
It's been a tough few days, hasn't it? Paimon didn't think that... Paimon thought they'd be at least a little frightened. Well, Fremine was now that Paimon. It's hard to say. After all, you're the most reliable did you just
No.
Paimon's never seen that.
Don't be frightened. And yet, even you feel. Precisely. Call me.
How is this storyline relevant?
People call such things fate, and it is.
Can this,
So you've
why is this storyline relevant?
Usually, only the future, as seen from the perspective, are the things that.
What?
I believe that you understand, right? Some things are insignificant. Ultimately, fate shall serve as your only guide, no matter. This was
The voice. Alright. Hey, it's you who's...
Well, I see I've walked in on some lively band.
Mona!
Fine, just not all Fontanians. Why, yes, it was. I'm in full support of her view.
That's right!
Yes.
About
what we had
just
discussed
remember I made a
before.
tier list of what
I did
every
try, but I'm
Genshin
afraid I
character
couldn't reach the
would have an
other tab.
OnlyFans.
I'll try again tonight, but...
Child is an
I hope so.
OnlyFans, a millionaire apparently.
Huh? Goodness gracious.
Raiden, who has an OnlyFans, but Yai runs it.
The Hexen Circle members are certainly anything but ordinary, but I've never met her.
Whoa.
Their abilities alone are...
Well, it's not like Paimon could...
We literally don't care. Why are you in Fontaine?
Traveler?
Oh, we're fine.
I see. I guess you could consider me someone who has off... But even so, perhaps that's what N was trying to tell... I did originally think of...
Huh. You do have a point.
There I go, talking about it was worth trying to comfort you, even if only, I suppose.
Paimon feels kind of moved by what Mona said.
I'm getting to the good part.
Also kind of sad, too. Hey, Traveler.
The only good part.
Feels like... Let's walk around the city, shall we? There's a few spots we always like to walk by.
And now for the mindless filler we don't care about.
Huh? Our names are written in... Let Paimon see! The underwater stronghold, the Fortress of Meripede, has continued in its noble autonomy, but that does not mean that others cannot interact with it. My recent attempts to enter the fortress bore little fruit. Huh. Guess Charlotte still hasn't given up on that. Thus, did an Outlander friend become the focus of this report? A blind adventurer with their white fairy, legends trailing in their wake. It is said that this mysterious traveler once visited the underwater fortress. So while the fortress's interior remains a mystery...
We literally don't care.
Do not fear, for the tales of the traveler contain surprises in spades. Journalist Charlotte's biggest scoop yet. The Traveler's Trail, World Walker. Huh. Charlotte took so many awesome photos of us and we never even noticed her. She hasn't been able to get a hold of anything at the fortress, so since...
Can we get her arrested for stalking?
Us at the subject matter instead? Ugh, seriously? Well, fine. Those headlines and photos do look cool, so Paimon will forgive her this time.
Continue moving forward, they say.
We're here! Paimon's hungry. Should we go in and get something to eat?
Oh, we're gonna go eat some, and then we're gonna go get something to eat. And then we'll eat something.
slice of cake, please. Someone showed up after. Oh, wait, you're the one from the Palais Mermonia.
Oh, are you here to buy cake too?
Wait,
That's right.
do you come here often?
Usually every day.
Every day?
It's part of
She
my
is
daily
an addict to
Then
that
what
cake.
if someone told?
But why would it?
Well,
Oh, the prof? No. It's the.
huh?
Don't be sad. Excuse me, could I?
Don't be
These two
sad.
glasses are for you.
Oh, you
Don't
know,
be sad. That makes you sad.
I sure do. She was born before me, and she sometimes comes to the surface to teach us things about humans.
Human
She says
class.
that humans are creatures that are saddened easily, yes, and you can only lift their spirits by feeding them delicious food. So please try the cakes here. I've got something else.
I mean, hey, if
I'll
someone
see you
fed
now.
me delicious
Try
food,
to
I'd be
stay in a good
happy.
mood after eating, all right? Bye.
and there she goes.
I mean, that goes for anyone. Anyone be happy if you fed them delicious food? I'd be happy.
It's more delicious than last time. Sure would be nice if we could always eat
Leave the hotel for some reason. There's just a ton of filler in this act. Like,
Oh, we're near the Steambird office. Let's go look for Charlotte and have a chat.
what do you mean we have to go unlock city reputation? Why is this a requirement? Oh my god, I hate it here. I hate it here. Okay. Just walk 10 steps to the left. Charlotte spawns.
Paimon! Oh, have you seen the article I wrote about you?
No, kill yourself, Charlotte, filthy journalist scum.
Oh, you needn't. It's all right though.
Really? Oh, Paimon knows you're not like that.
She is.
Well, what brings
She'll do anything to make a quick buck.
So you know Miss Mona as well. So she mentioned me. What did she say?
She said that you're a real daredevil of a...
Nice. In which case, can this daredevil journalist dare to request an exclusive interview with the legendary traveler and Paimon?
Huh? So you...
Oh, of course it doesn't. That was more like...
Hurry up.
Are we even...
Let me get to the fun part.
Why not?
Oh, in that case, we'll just chat when you have the time then?
Oh, so that's a yes? Ooh, splendid! I'll tell the editor-in-chief of... Ooh, so much to get...
Wait, Charlotte, Paimon's still got a question for you.
No.
If, just for example, Fontaine were to be flooded tomorrow, what would you do today?
Huh. That's the prophecy you're talking about, isn't it?
Huh.
I mean, I do hear about it often, but I've never once thought that the day could be tomorrow. If you're seriously asking, then I might try and think of a way to leave Fontaine. Oh, but from what I've seen, most people don't know what they'd do should the worst. So in all likelihood, I'd probably still be prepping at the office for that interview of ours. I know what you're thinking. That sounds a bit sad, but just think about it. If this nation really were to be... And then do you know what I'd do? Well, I'd write that story, send it for printing, and use messenger pigeons to get copies out to the various nations as soon as possible. I'm not a dreamer, nor am I a workaholic, but I do love my job.
Workaholic.
I'd be proud of leaving such an article behind. I guess you could say that I was born to be a journalist. But anyway, that's
Don't care.
And on that
Didn't
note,
ask.
I'll get back to my preparation.
Unless you're a journalist.
That's so... Anyway, let's go and take a look at the sea, shall we? The sea breeze and scenery can be a pretty... Paimon's been thinking.
Yes?
If it wasn't Fontaine... No, Paimon... We've always been moving to the next destination. You mean... still? Huh. Feels like he'll grow, but it's still better than the
Ah, so the two of you are still here.
Oh, you're from the Palais
Yes, I'm Isadora. Monsieur Nervillet sent me to look for you two before. Not a... yes.
A riot?
Well, that Lady Farina was watching a performance, loudly accusing her, and before she could the crowd continued to grow.
So people have started to put the...
I agree.
Yep!
People will...
So what happened after...
Seeing that the situation was sparked, the Marechaussee Phantom had their hands full maintaining...
So...
That's right. The March... That said, I don't think there's much to worry. Good.
Don't worry, this is...
Is that...
Well, sounds like we should hurry over to Poisson then. If we know...
It's time!
We'll try to fix things in this. And as we... When Nerval, it would be hard for... Paimon thinks for... Huh. Well, in that case, there's not a moment till...
It's time to find the fraud.
This place looks deserted. Guess all the survivors must have evacuated already. All that's left here are signs of devastation. Could Farina really be here? Let's try to find her as soon as possible.
Fortnite! Fortnite, let's go! We found you! Fraud. Fraudulent Archon.
That's Farina, right over there. She really is all on her own.
What was meant to... I'm sorry. I'm sorry, but what can I even do?
Boo!
Who's that?
Don't worry, Farina.
What who did they even dare to... Oh, and I'm sure Neuvillette...
Hey, there she is! The Hydro Archon's over there! Quick, after!
Farina, those people seem to be after you.
They are?
Farina just ran off. Quick, we have to catch up.
Trolled.
This should be the place, right? Hey, Farina! There's a good hiding spot.
What?
Hurry, they're almost...
Fine, I suppose.
Damn, Farina's trying so hard to keep up the act.
Paimon's exhausted.
No, I mean, I merely gave...
Yep, that's...
Huh?
What's happening?
Yeah, a quake of this kind preceded the flooding in Poisson, didn't it?
It can't be.
Well, there's no need to worry too much about...
Yeah, but the people of Poisson...
The good part of Act 5.
I once had informed... I've tried all... But, oh my F, we cannot make an enemy of the divine. Give up. Indeed, fate
is really, but just now, it all became as long as the fine. Don't worry. Well, that's enough for now. Don't take any.
Come on!
Share, that's impossible. It was fated right from the start that a witness. And
The Overworlder. Cutscene. Cutscene. You've been tricked. You've been fooled. You've been quite predominantly bamboozled. You've been drooled. You've been hoodwinked.
Ladies
You'd also
and
say
gentlemen,
you've been
this
quite
concludes my opening performance.
kerfuffled.
Now, without further ado,
Do not forget, however, that
May I interpret these words? As your in that case, you will have the opportunity to defend your
you withdraw your
Bet.
See, it seems like you have made up.
Paimon can't believe it.
What the heck is...
Wow.
Lady Farina.
It would seem that there has been.
Looking for excuse.
I raised my hands just now. I'm sorry. You are not. But now, I, Farina, will use this trial to show the world this time. Applaud and mark my words. This shall be one of the most exhilarating and brilliant shows ever to grace the stage of Fontaine.
Woohoo! Oh no! Why does it feel like Farina just took over the? Also, even though she's still acting super dramatic.
All right then.
The court asks the prosecutor to please take the stand.
Thank you, Your Honor.
That.
We're suing your ass.
Also, please allow me to ask, just how much work?
Well, we did do a lot of prep after the meeting that day.
I can go over the tasks assigned to the
Navia,
most of the people who participated in the disturbance this morning were my They changed into plain clothes and came to the opera house. The people's resentment against their Archon has been, moreover, according to our understanding and so we are.
So you mean?
And their goal was to force you to step into.
That's right.
As the super ultimate version of the set, the volume.
It all comes back together
by a whole order of magnitude, and the distance it traversed was the entire gap between Poisson was an arc. My thanks, Farina. Of course, this performance was only made possible with Father's support. The House of the Hearth spent a massive amount of labor. We had to select a location, construct the giant.
So, in other words,
that's right. It wasn't a sign of another disaster.
Then
you've been fooled.
You gathered a crowd, prepared a stage, also that as soon as.
Yes, that is correct.
You could say you've been entrapped.
Well, Cloran,
no choice. You'll never leave. You won't leave this trial alive.
That I didn't notice anything amiss before revealing yourself as my prosecutor. Oh.
One last chance.
It's fine. The stage is already set, so there's no reason to disappoint the audience. Let's see.
It's time for Farina to become the fraud. The queen of the frauds.
Sir Prosecutor, please allow me to pass this along. This is a document that Miss Charlotte
Huh? Charlotte wanted to give us something? Oh, so she's here too. Oh, let Paimon see. Wait, then that's so in other words, we can refer to this and let's quickly confirm the information in it. Just think of it as a refresher, alright?
You've defeated the Hydro Archon in the very first duels you took part in. I didn't think this is the Fortress of Merit. I nearly the words of someone as extraordinary as a witch.
You reviewed everything? Let's arrest an Archon.
The prosecution and the defense are both in position. The trial shall now begin.
Oh, come on. Just fast forward to the part where of course, it is only not.
That's true. But my charge here is unrelated to your Instead, I would like— Wait, what was that? Lady Farina's a fraud?
I can't be thinking that—
Charge accepted. Lady Farina. Lady Farina.
I plead not guilty. There is no way that I, Focalor, otherwise known as Farina de Fontaine, a member of the Seven and the Regina of all waters—
They thought that transition went so hard.
I have cause to believe that common sense will prevail in this case. Many of the members of the audience have known me as the Hydro Archon at sea. Even the— if you wish.
An argument with near impossible.
Well, I tried. And if I was—
First of all, you may be a member of a
curse.
Who gave you that idea? Was it the knave?
A curse. But in light of this claim,
Never had sensed it too, huh?
Lady Farina. Well,
she's one of us.
It's true that it's extremely difficult.
Well, don't start. Besides, for centuries, one need only to turn their eyes toward—
Yep.
You tried to reference the origin.
Didn't I make myself clear at the time?
Lady Farina, I believe a reminder while the court is in session. The principle, you will prove yourself unable to defend against the
I never—
That was no trick of rhetoric, Lady Farina.
So, you neither knew why Child was— instead of having been created by you, the manifestations of authority you mentioned have been made by the real Hydro Archon, haven't they?
Farina is a fraud.
It is true that I did not— that the oratories handed out that You can't argue that just because a divine creation is flawed, that the—
She's still throwing out all kinds of excuses.
My power—
If that poses a concern.
You don't need to go that far.
Hold on a second.
I
Fraud.
make you the Hydro Archon? Or is it that you can't even wield the—
Indemnitium! Yes! It's all because of Indemnitium! All Archons, thus did I—
Isn't that—
Yeah, no matter how—
What a stretch. Give up already.
Nobody's buying Farina's excuse.
Hey, come now, everyone. I'm still the same, please.
If what the prosecutor said—
Did she deceive all of us?
Enough. That's enough. Tell me then, if you have no evidence—
Wow, she came up with—
Primordial Sea.
that all Fontanians can—
Since you insist on claiming to be a god and not a human, then there's a method that you can use—
Miss Navia.
Super sorry, Monsieur Chief now. I've brought some seawater from Poisson. Including soap. Miss, if we are to believe that you are indeed the real god, if you don't dare to touch it, then we would have basically proved the Oh, and I must remind you, I do hope you'll act prudently.
Navia from the Spina di Rasula. If Lady Farina is indeed just—
Do it! Fraud! Loser!
Lady Farina.
Well, of course you had to tell her that.
She's just staring at the water.
What's going on?
Due to the inherent—
Hey!
Miss Siegewing?
See? Don't be nervous.
Please
Jeez.
announce the results of...
As everyone doubtlessly saw, Miss Farina she was experiencing the adverse effects of
Thank you, Miss Siegewing. Lady Farina...
Get trolled!
What did she do? Well, considering your tenant, however, after extensive discussion, we exchanged it for a sample that is not constant. We don't want any.
Yeah, so out of regard for Farina's life, it's a great thing that the...
Listen to me, everyone. Think about it. Also,
Nah.
please, everyone, anyone, just listen to me. I swear, I really am your
So, about that Hackmons tournament.
I don't think anything she says it.
With all the things that have been said, Paimon doesn't think there's...
I believe the time for arguments and presentation of evidence has come to an end. If there are no objections, we will move on to the final judgment.
I don't think anything she says at this point will sway me.
Analog horror.
In my capacity as Chief Justice, I shall now render judgment on Farina's misrepresentation of herself as the Archon of Fontaine. As a human who knowingly deceived her fellow citizens, Farina is... guilty.
Hey, she teleported.
We shall now turn to the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse.
Yeah. This is so depressing, I'm not even going to do. Oh, he's doing a third poll. What are we gonna get? A free star again? Really?
According to the judgment of the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse...
Well, what's wrong?
No.
Isn't that correct?
However, to be punished...
That's actually one of
the one and only time the death sentence has been...
Farina's been sentenced to death by the Oratrice?
This outcome is indeed quite strange. Is this sentence real?
Yeah, even Vache wasn't sentenced.
Indeed. Not only is Farina sentenced, but now, the
It's been...
Excuse me, if I may interrupt. Is the trial still...
Fremine!
Venime.
Made it.
Mm-hmm.
Is that... So the...
I looked everywhere, but has the trial already
Thank you for your hard work, Mr. Fremine. Please allow me... Traveler, I believe that you have already seen the...
Reveal the slates.
Huh? So what do you see? What is it?
I believe I have now made sense.
Huh? Isn't the Hydro Archon just guilty of... So when you say...
In truth, everything... However, I'm uncertain as to...
Okay, let's try to
The final refining. The final refutement.
The first stone slate describes what you just said. Does that mean that Fontaine... The second stone slate. This must be the point where the third slate shows the Hydra... Well, the fourth slate is the prophecy of the Fontaine. We didn't believe that such a crazy disaster...
We know from... and the
This one?
Perhaps in the original. It's not as when the. The prophecy from the fortress, if we hadn't.
Yep. Which means that
They'll dissolve into the primordial sea, but the Hydro Archon was set to. Navia fell into the water inside those ruins, and the eruption of the primordial sea at the fortress. The stone slate's content can all be.
Yep. We're cooked.
Huh? Oh, Paimon gets it now, but
Let's hear them.
Incredible.
They're fraud.
all Fontanians were originally. The evidence for that can be found in. Oh, and according to Navia, when.
Indeed.
Yeah, and it follows from the content of the.
The original crime was making Fontanians
Yes,
real.
after many hundreds of years.
Yeah, and so wouldn't it be trying to show in the end the people? Did Paimon get all that right?
You've made some keen deductions. I must say, given how much you... However, while you were able to decode all the information on the... When we were at the ruins, I tried... Now that the slate collection is complete, I shall make enough... I believe I should share this truth not only with you, your hypotheses regarding the Fontaine of old, the previous Hydro Archon,
Yeah, get ya.
the yearning of her Oceanid familiars for life on land.
Reject humanity. Return to fish.
The Oceanids were enamored with the beauty and romanticism of human beings, and wishing to have those experiences for themselves expressed to the Hydro. However, not one to give in. She eventually found a way to create permanent humanoid bodies for her. She poured primordials, but if Fontanians were to ever come into direct contact with water from the... Of course, the Hydro Archon never received permission from the heavenly principles to create a new human race, and thus, the Hydro Archon and all of her creations came to shoulder the original sin of appropriating the power of the primordial sea. That is the true history of how the people of Fontaine...
That's way too much information for me. Wait, but if that's the truth, we can't let the Hydro Archon be sentenced to death?
This really might be too much information.
Alas, your hypothesis regarding the third and fourth, a key point of the visual on the third slate, they have not been dissolved. The nation of Fontaine is the nation of Hydro, as well as the nation... You may also recall Navia's... Therefore, that the people of Fontaine shall... Yes.
I think I'm following now. In truth, everything we've done.
What should we... If that's the case...
Traveler, I would like to point out another... About the fourth slate. You, however, I believe that as for the root cause of the catastrophe...
It's the whale.
This eruption was just a small warning of the...
It's the whale.
Both dream and reality.
The whale is coming.
If we're talking about a true...
The truth, the original...
The whale is coming. He's coming. It's too late. The whale's already arrived. It's him. Who are you, Nouvelet? Child Tardigilla. Mr. Brass. Cool guys don't look at explosions. Why are we Hydro?
That was way too close! How did that thing just burst into the Opera House? Wait, was that the huge whale you saw?
So we've met it at last. I understand that whale does not belong. It has been greedily consuming, and once it is finished.
You said that when the Hydro Archon first created Fontaine.
Precisely. Therefore, when it left the primordial sea.
We just barely managed to.
That is correct. Indeed, it is more accurate to say that from the way he looked, he must have been fighting the creature for.
That battle maniac.
Damn.
Anyway, now that we know that.
It is too late. It had already absorbed too much of the. Even if the entirety of.
We've already done. We've come so.
Indeed. That's.
I'll fight it to the end.
So the prophecy will be fulfilled no matter what, huh?
The prophecy.
The whale arrived.
Just as
Prof.
Ultimately.
Someone's doing another 10 pull. Like a 10 pull.
What's happening with the aura trees?
I believe it is preparing to carry out the death sentence.
Farina!
Damn, all 3 stars on that 10 pull.
No, I still need help.
Sad. We're out of here. That is a cool ass sword. Put those grippers away. Farina?
Shocked expression on your face is just.
You are not Farina.
Ah, the sweet sound.
Fusalo.
Oh, that wasn't my goal, of course. The heavenly prince.
Deceiving the.
It's all because of that pernicious prophecy. Dreadful.
2 steps ahead. I am always 2 steps ahead.
She knew full well, and as one of the 7, she also knew full well that one defies the heavenly principles at one's peril. So yes,
2 steps ahead. I am always 2 steps ahead. This has been the greatest social experiment I've come to know. Certainly the greatest social experiment of my time as an Archon. It's alluring. It's compelling. It's gripping to bear witness, to observe all these unwell, unbalanced, disoriented beings roam Fontaine in search of the truth, in search of justice, of stories, of life, where people develop the distinctive desire for direct engagement, where people feel involved with the stories and therefore become products of influence, thirsty for justice, from time unspent from lackluster lifestyles, spoiling their minds while stimulating them at the exact time. It's brilliant, but it's also dangerous. I feel as my life has been positioned to where I'm monitoring ants on an ant farm. One follows another, follows another, follows another. It's mesmerizing. It's enthralling. It's spellbinding. Just look at all these consumers, all these lost and bored people, consuming anything they're told to consume. I am the villain if I make myself on. And people consume these stories year after year after year. Stories that shock, that confuse. Stories that are deliberately made to blur the boundaries between fact and fiction. Stories that deceive. Stories that permeate, infect, and linger in the minds of the ants. Influence the ants. Brainwash the ants. The people of Fontaine are the ants. I woke up this morning, the money deposited in my account for simply not doing something. For simply not going through something. People are the most fucked up creatures on this planet, and you will continue to consume. And I'll continue to be 2 steps ahead.
I always wanted to be. Anyway, so then I cursed her.
Today, I thought it would be a splendid idea to go out and get some food and film for you. Gee, are you surprised? Have you forgotten this story? Are you not paying attention? After all, you're here to consume. Or are you not?
Under the curse I placed on her, so long as I, Focalor's divinity, continued to exist, she could not die. But instead, she was forced to take the stage in the, I suppose now you probably understand.
But Farina is even though she has had a long life.
It has indeed. It's been far, and all along, she's been playing her part in the most unimaginably long, unbearably lonely.
It's time for the Farina story. Let Farina be a bit evil. It's time for the second to last combat section before the narwhal. Wait, could one in theory still go out of bounds here? Like, if they go back? Hello?
Oh? Who permitted you to come onto this stage? All right. It is not my intent to reprimand you. There is no need. I am Dear audience, the performance is experiencing a technical difficulty, but worry not. The guards shall resolve it soon.
This performance is way better. Oh, this performance sucks ass.
Hey, what gives? The audience is still watching me, you know.
Don't care for
Wait, where are the guards? Guards!
Verdictus.
Nice
This overload's going amazing. Turn off the last light. All the world's scene 1. FRAUDINA. Ah. Wait, we actually have to play.
Farina. Farina.
Huh? Who's that? Who's calling me? Where are you?
Be not nervous. Be not afraid. I am before you.
Wait a moment. You're near me? How can this be?
You literally don't care.
Near me.
The prophecy.
What prophecy? Wait.
The one we don't care about.
I think. I don't know why, but it's in my head somehow. The people will all be dissolved into the waters, and only the Hydro Archon will remain, weeping on her throne. Only then will the sins of the people of Fontaine be washed away.
Oh, very good. You know it well.
What's going on? I can't seem to remember anything clearly. The only thing I know for sure is this prophecy. Will it real? But
I will tell you.
oh, but if there were scales.
You truly are the perfect human. I suppose.
So then I cursed her.
Don't worry.
Play
That's right. If you can keep it.
But
don't worry. Being a human yourself, I'm sure you already know what such an entity. Remember.
So how
to accomplish this, but
a trial.
I'll be looking forward to it, she says. Why do they make you walk? Is it really necessary to have to walk for all this?
The Maison Cardinalise has announced my accession, but this is my first time facing the people. What should I say to most appear?
Summon the courage.
I'm sure you've all heard. In truth, as the god Focalor, once again, I thought I might.
That's the new Hydro Archon. Is this some kind of joke by the Maison? I would have thought that a being that surpasses.
Hey, did you hear that? She even told us to send her suggestions there at the end.
Shouldn't gods be all-powerful? She's being so modest.
If you ask me, perhaps the succession didn't actually happen.
Wait, what's going right? Calm down, Farina.
Fraud.
Think assertive. Now, I I was wondering if some weak. Well, if you may consider my Now then.
Ah, so that was just a performance. How could I have forgotten that we were...
Personality? It's quite shocking, to be honest, but I suppose it's a better look than before. Such a fascinating and bold deity. How wonderful! Our future may yet be bright after all.
It seems I've turned them around. Best follow this flow and restart my dear people. Whether you acknowledge me or not, whether you trust me or nay, I say to you, we have heard it said that this nation's sins can no longer be washed away. Well, I say that justice is most fragrant when it blooms amid the scales of May law be the prayer on our lips. May judgment be our... There is no... So long as I...
We did it. We are now the Hydroarch FRAUDINA. At least they're letting me actually move now.
Lady Farina, here are...
Besides...
If I may be so impertinent, what kind of trial are you
A magnificent...
That's true,
No need for fright, and do not take what I said before too seriously. Go now, do your duties. The trial I await. It will come one day.
Next area.
Lady Farina, I don't know what to say. Thank you.
No need. All right.
He is...
Next area.
Lady Farina, here are the latest hydrological reports.
I see. It's as I thought then. All manner. Really?
I'm...
Back to bed. Nighty night.
The day is finally over. I haven't had a moment to breathe this whole time. But it's good to see that everything's getting on track. There are no longer any voices of suspicion. Maybe this is fine.
Day 4.
Lady Farina, here are the new trial
They'll be...
Lady Farina.
Indeed, my dear...
Lady Farina, we're detecting significant...
Understood. I feel utter...
Day 5. Hell. Lady Farina, 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 Lady Farina. Scene 182,375.
I've heard that the first member of our... Are you crying?
This must be the overflow of hydro from my person. Well, can't quite help being the...
So, hundreds of years, I never met...
I want to tell. I've condemned. All I can do is keep up.
Farina and
Farina, although I don't.
Share. That's impossible.
But even if you're burdened, just share it with me.
A witness. And if to he's right. But if things don't know, Farina. But what if, Farina, is it such an if you let this opera think about it long?
someone needs a therapist.
No. All you need to do, dear spectator, is to...
Why'd I spawn on stage?
Fine.
Frick you. I did. Screw you, Farina. We're literally in your head.
Even Farina doesn't know.
Yes, she did very well. If she had let her, it seems that trusting humanity was the right decision after all.
I believe that I understand how your deception works, but that is only half the truth, is it not? How would you build on this foundation to save the people of Fontaine? That is the most important thing.
Ah, good, good. Of course, the Eudex of Fontaine has pinpointed the crux of the issue. I'm sure you've long sensed that.
I've always suspected that it had its own consciousness. And Lenny did mention that he heard a human voice within the core chamber. It now seems
that was you.
That person was you, hidden within the machine.
And then I became one with the Oratories, taking Fontaine's gnosis with me. Yes. Alas, you're under. In truth, it is no Oh, you have it. My work over. But really, some have all. The vast majority has been. Had to be.
I want whatever battery she has.
Both the trial
Converted to storing normal power?
Indeed. This power accrued over 5 centuries, but only power of this magnitude could hope to destroy the Hydro Arc.
So the Oratrices.
Returning what's in other words, this was all done to return the authority of the. No, what? The authority.
All you've done through.
I've never quite seen. Hydro Dragon.
It's time. It's time for Farina to get Rio de Janeiro'd.
Within my rights, Egeria stole the power of the primordial sea. And from speaking of justice, I have always believed that justice lies in the process of So, if the theft of the primordial sea's might was Fontaine's original sin, then, leaving matters of procedural right and wrong aside, the descent of the Fontainians as humans and their right to exist in this world would be Fontaine's original justice. In other words, existence was Egeria's justice. And to me, justice is the
continuation.
Defying the. At this point,
I literally could care less.
So when I was invited to the. At last. In the beginning, I was uninterested in human existence. But these 5 centuries of living alongside them, you are things being as they are. Surely you know that I could never declare them to be guilty.
It's time for Fossilors to die. Rio de Janeiro.
The hour of my execution is almost here. For the sinner, the curtain call has come.
Rio de Janeiro.
I know I may not sound it, but
faced with death, I find myself a little afraid. Perhaps this is one thing both gods and humans have in common.
All of that and she still doesn't have 500 years.
Farewell.
All that time not having put her grippers away.
I've enjoyed the part you played these 500 years.
Doing a little jiggy to death. Why is it zooming in on her feet? Stop zooming in on her feet. When are we gonna fight the narwhal, damn it? Farina is dead. I killed her. Literally just S. Thank you, Farina, for all you've done. This moment on, live. Please, just frickin' live.
Ex Novelet, hereby declare, people of Fontaine, your sins are forgiven.
He blessed Varaines down in Africa. He did it. He blessed Varaines down in Africa. We watched him bless it. Rains down in Africa. Gonna take some time to do the things we never.
Was that bright? But
it's time to end this. I have gained the strength sufficient. We should seize the opportunity to pursue Traveler. Now that the oratories connect the root of the calamities befalling Fontaine. The beast that come with me, Traveler.
Time to murder! It's time for death. Finally, it's time for the narwhal to die. The final boss.
I've already done my best to separate it from considering the size of the beast, I cannot reach the power source.
I mean, I wouldn't want to get Vord.
Find a way to attack it from within. I shall share part of the ancient dragon's power with you. We will look for an opening together. I can feel its sorrow turning into hostility.
Get out, little bro. I don't want you, little bro.
The all-devouring narwhal cannot resist its instinct to devour. Continue to trigger its hostility. Chance will present itself.
Groba has died. Groba himself has fallen. Time to get Vord. Let's go. Let's time for me to get Vord. We're getting Vord. Let's go. Epic rap battles of history.
Try not to enjoy that. You're in for a little shock. Come a little closer. You're in for.
I have granted you my protection. Do not fear. Seize the moment and use my power to suppress the strength from within.
At least save my energy. Use my ult. Epic rap battles of history.
Lightning flash! Is that all you've got time for? Retribution!
Come a little closer.
It's time to get out. Hello. Hello. Really just bah.
Thanks for helping with the cleanup. It was just supposed to be a short private training session for me. Oh, actually, I had a feeling that it would happen at some point.
That power.
I simply did not have anything to say to the weak, so you may speak to me as equal. I have to agree. That kind of power is wasted on it. All in all.
I mean, yeah, it would. Yeah, a narwhal that could eat an entire nation.
Right.
Yeah, that
His
would
name
suck
is
as a pet.
Sotology.
I am
Huh. So Master isn't sufficiently famous.
the foul.
Still nothing? Oh. So you... But I suppose you understand now, yes?
Wait, didn't you all?
Actually, never mind that. That the all-devouring, such roiling hydro energy as such. The Fontaine, in other words.
Not to worry.
We've screwed over the heavenly principles.
The people will all be dissolved into the waters, and only Farina will remain, weeping on her throne.
We've just been sitting here beating the crap out of narwhal.
Only then
That shit looked like a port fort.
people of Fontaine be washed away.
They're respawning into existence. It's the big one, the big boat. Anya da da. Nah, this shit flooded.
Look, the water's receding.
It's a miracle!
Water's receding.
We didn't dissolve. The prophecy was wrong. The prophecy was wrong.
No prophecy here. He escaped. He's escaped. Nah, we'd live. It's false.
The soaring old soil can still give skyship with the various dispute people
The sheep.
Wow.
Oh, great. Charlotte's here. This one I was hoping would die.
What do you think? Pretty enthralling, huh? The value for these big scoops. Edwin's assistant, Jurier, created a...
I'm curious.
And that's exactly what... Oh, this time...
With the poisson. Farina.
Oh, it's you. What brings you all here?
Hey, we're just having a look around.
I'm here to update myself on how things are going here. Oh, the Fatui are here too. Let me
Fatui.
introduce you. This is Mr. Garunt Snezhevich. He represented the Knave in sending us a large amount of supplies, and is helping with our
Don't
work.
care.
Our residents are hard at work as well. Thanks to everyone, work is progressing nicely. We've lost a lot.
Hello, Miss Charlotte. I'm a big fan of, but if you don't mind,
I get where you're coming from. I'll keep it as...
that would be fine.
Oh, you're back too.
Chlorand.
We finished laying down the construction materials. It'll be another hour before the workers are able to go over there.
Huh? You're here too, Clorand?
Well, her reputation's greatly risen after that whole duel business with Miss Farina. So she's here in Poisson to wait out the heat. All right. She really came here to help me out.
There's too much to consider in the reconstruction of Poisson. The Spina has need of more decision makers. And, well, I do already happen to be connected to Mr. Callis.
Oh, wait just a moment. Do you mind me asking a few questions? You know, about how you felt before the duel, about what it was like facing down a god. There's lots of exciting material there, I bet.
Forget it. I'm sure you can find a better theme than that, Miss Charlotte.
Oh, I see you're the same as always. Couldn't you do me a favor, for Navia's sake? Well, if we're talking about doing things for my sake, you might as well just take a few more photos of me. Or of the Traveler. It's better than wasting time persuading Chlorand at any rate.
Of course I will. I'm not gonna let him off that easy. All right, then everyone who wants to be in the photo, gather up and smile.
How did it go? Was it a good shot? Did Paimon look cute in it?
Not bad. Your addition really helped the composition of the picture. All right, hang on a moment. Let me snap a few more shots. All right, that should do it. I'll be back here later anyway, so let's call it a day.
You're very quick.
Speed is of the essence when it comes to
Charlotte,
news.
please get out. I can't bear to see you.
Also, not to brag, but I'm pretty good at building connections. Who knows? I might eventually get that interview with you after all, Miss Chlorand.
Wow, you really do have that never say die spirit. I'm impressed.
I'll hazard a guess that this is how you got that interview at the Fortress of Meripede.
Whoa, you're well.
That's a...
In truth, I told him that it...
You're right.
Stay safe now. And...
Yeah, we have way too much. I can't freaking go back, man. Coochie man.
Wow, guess we're here again, huh? There's a real nostalgic...
Looks like you've been missing us.
Duke! Did you come...
Of course.
It's an honor to finally...
No need to thank me. But that said, I shouldn't be...
Of course, of course.
All right then, this way. It would seem that Miss Lorvine doesn't want her...
Sir, please don't...
But it looks like dear...
No.
Are you two in love?
Now, I might not look it, but I actually did meet Mr. Edwin once. And I'll be honest, I enjoyed chatting with you more. The boat that brought about a miracle, the ark that saved the people. Still, if I might ask...
Looks like Charlotte's...
I have to apologize, but that ship is presently in the bowels of our factory.
Really?
You already know my answer, I'm afraid. Best you interview our head nurse instead. Or...
Did you really have to use the... Well then,
You're in love!
Please.
Things sure are getting pretty lively here. We've seen this... Oh, seems like everyone's here. Would any of you like to try this new drink I came up with?
Ah.
No.
Hey, Miss Shark. Sure. Come on, Miss...
Sure. Do I have to smile? So, how have things been at the fortress?
Same old, as you can see.
Other than that flying ship.
That's why I decided to let the interview go through. We should direct...
You're too kind, sir. I believe that you...
I'll just leave the spotlight to you. I see. Lots of things happened that day, huh? Anyway, regarding that heart...
He sure did win them over.
We literally don't care. Just let me out of the fortress.
What change can there be? As to what Miss Farina's departure will mean for the nation, and if our laws and governance will be transformed, we'll leave those to the folks in the overworld.
Hey, everyone. The photo shoot's done.
Good. In that case, let's call it a day.
Thanks for your cooperation. Come on, Traveler, let's go.
There'll be a...
Maybe? Who knows? All right. Last stop, the docks.
My wave rider's still there. Huh. There is a gif of Yae Miko bonking a child over the head. the kid disappearing.
My flame.
D-Luke has died. Imagine that being the way you die. Like, you just finished saving the world, and then you try to land, but you accidentally twist your ankle and fall off a cliff. That would be utterly embarrassing.
touch with Linny and the others after working together. Apparently, they've been at the docks.
Traveler, Paimon. Ah, and Miss Charlotte.
Would you like a magic pocket? What sort of gadget is it? It's a wonder.
Something that I could shove you into and never see you again.
I wonder which of my friends would fall. You could just make a friend like Fremine here. Isn't that right, Fremine? To be honest, that sounds pretty sweet. Could I...
Lynette sure is working hard to help Fremine social.
He was the one who proposed doing this. He even wants to assist in...
Yes, I was planning to first
Hold on.
introduce her as an assistant, and later Fremine
Oh.
himself. In the future, I think we can...
Randomly pulling up the wrong app.
To see her escape underwater?
Oh, it'll work out.
Lynette, could you come over?
Got it.
My, that Charlotte is rather perceptive. She got rid of everyone the moment she realized I had something to say to you. Father says that you did a...
that's alright.
Oh, I guess you haven't heard. After Lady Farina left, Father and Monsieur Nervilette opened...
A diplomatic gift?
Yes.
Again?
It was done as an apology for the... Furthermore,
That's true.
I would agree.
So there's...
I suspect you'll have to ask him about that.
Isn't he? But back to the topic.
They say that he's returned to Snezhnaya to recover from...
That's true. When you think about it, we've had loads of run-ins with the Fatui. To think we...
So shocked by such a simple switching of sides?
Father!
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 Well, well, what do you know? Come to the docks to see how my children are doing and me.
Are you going to take the Gnosis back to Snezhnaya?
That is our duty as harbingers, yes. Don't be too preoccupied with sides. The goal of switching my masks is something I've always done. Well, that depends on many things. No one truly... As for you, I very much look forward to our next collaboration.
The child.
Good things cannot be achieved alone, and you've proved yourselves to be great partners. A vision.
Tartaggle's old vision. Arlecchino, kill her.
Huh?
You're going to die.
Greetings, Miss Journalist.
Hello?
Choose your words carefully, or else.
That is correct. So forgive me, but I will not be able to serve as a subject in your article. However, feel free to write as much as you'd like about our dear magicians and our upcoming rookie talent.
I will.
The sea breeze is quite pleasant.
Farewell, Father.
Oh, she has such an intimidating presence. I didn't even dare to take a picture. Thankfully, I've already wrapped up all my pre-scheduled...
Don't be too nervous.
This act is like
Why don't you take a magic pocket
suffering
before you go?
chronically
Traveler.
from over-yapping.
That's right. I guess this must be all right then.
Well, guess we said Charlotte, huh? Should we go see the...
Finally. Oh my god. I don't care that we're an expert company. I have to find the Hydro Dragon Sovereign. Because I don't know what I'm gonna do once I'm done with Genshin, like. Once I inevitably get bored of Genshin and move on to something else. What will I move on to? Will I inevitably move on to Plants vs. Zombies or something? Take the opposite of what Matt... like, do what Matt Shea did or something?
So, you really are here, Nervalet. I didn't think you were going to have free time this hour of the day.
Really? Oh, I suppose you must have met Mr. Linney. He took the time to greet me earlier when he passed this way. In any case, you came at a good time. I was just considering reaching out to you to set up a meeting, so I may explain some things that I haven't...
Aw, Paimon's glad that you remembered. Thank you for keeping us on your mind, what with you being busy and all. Alright, let's have it then. How was fun Whoa. So that's what happened? Fossilor destroyed, but Paimon still doesn't quite get what you did to save the Fontanians from dissolving.
For me, the authority of the ancient dragons refers to absolute Fontanians, but so long. In other words, when I...
Fossilor must have counted... Yeah, and...
It seems from your expressions that you still have more things you wish to ask away. I will tell you the truth as...
Hey, when we spoke to... We guessed that there might...
No wonder that. So regarding this specific issue, I was just getting... In truth, I exchanged some further words with that lady named Skirk after sending you two back to the surface.
It's something like this.
Well, we're going to head topside to see what's going on.
What next?
I can finally catch the scent of your power. It is the authority of the planet's primordial dragons, but with something very similar to a god's curse mixed in. It's quite a novel blend. I'm sure I've encountered something like this before.
I do not know.
Of course, you should have the remains.
Remains?
Huh.
Well, that much is true, but I fear I have never heard...
I've been training with my master. It is only natural for those who are greater than humanity to possess. Regardless, you should to live in itself is a blessing.
What do you mean by that?
No need to fret. These are just my personal thoughts. And my reason
This third descender you refer to.
Master never mentioned them. If you're interested, though, I could ask him. I'll be sure to pass the...
Next time, you believe...
I do. Wait.
Yawn.
That's what she told me. Whether it would prove useful or not, I wanted to pass that information on to...
The remains of the third descender? So that's what the Gnosis actually are.
All the same, assuming that there was no misunderstanding or special meta...
And she said that it would bring misfortune and that...
If she speaks the truth, then I would simply be putting Fontaine at unnecessary... I guess that you might already be familiar with this concept, but I did not expect you to be one of them. That means that the... I wonder... Does your body...
No, let's not think about this stuff right now. It just feels... Comparing the Traveler to the dead third descender and all. That's what you say, but this topic still feels like bad luck. Once child recovers, let's...
Damn! I do believe it unwise to make too many blind...
Alright. Whatever the case, it seems like the crisis here in Fontaine's over for now.
Yes.
Finally, Fontaine's done.
I suppose that would be the mystery of a god. I suspect not. But once in a while, I too
Next
would
time
wish
you'll
that it
see
would
me is
take
probably
life
Interlude
those
Act
like-
2.
What?
No, I'm not recording the story quests. You've already seen them. It's finally over. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and see you all next time for more things.